tuning in. I welcome you also. Last week we performed triangle, so this week I thought we would do revolved triangle. The benefits are still the same. This pose stretches the legs, the hamstrings, those hips, joints, as well as the back. I also would like to add on that this pose helps to stimulate those abdomen organs as well as give us a better sense of stability. So we really need to engage that core as we're going to be really using those stabilizing muscles to hold this pose. So before we get into it, I just wanted to talk a little bit more about our little friendly yoga block here. So again, you could use anything that you have in the house that could kind of bring that floor up to you, just to have it beside you. Again, you could use a stack of books or just anything that you can find in the house. So if you are using a yoga block, I just wanted to let you know a little bit more about it. So there are 3 settings to the block. There is the high setting, the medium setting, and then the low setting. So if you are a beginner, I would suggest using the high setting first, because that's really going to give you that highest level of bringing that floor up towards you. And eventually maybe you don't even need the block. You could just have that palm come down to the floor. So it's always good to just have something beside you. So let's just get right into it. So coming into revolved triangle, we're going to start in that standing position. So I'm going to face opposite of you guys, just so when I come into the pose, then I'll eventually be facing you. So what you want to do is have those hands come to the hips right now, and then I want you to take one big step out, okay? Then you're going to start to pivot out that right foot towards the front of the room. Now we want to start to square those hips. So we're going to take that left leg and we're going to bring it in. We want that left foot to be out about 45 degrees. And that right leg is going to be staying straight, squaring at those hips. So whenever we come into a pose or whenever we come onto our mat, we always want to come in with an intention and also be very attentive. So being with the intention is just setting a goal every time we come to the mat. So you want to set a goal, you want to work towards that intention, but you also want to be very attentive of how this is making you feel. How does this make your body feel at that time? So the modifications here, you could take that slight bend at the knee, and you want to take that slight bend at the knee if you have such an intensity on that back hamstring area of that right leg. If it's a little uncomfortable, that's what yoga is. It brings us out of that comfort zone. So you just want to work towards it and go deeper and deeper into the pose. But if it really is like a burning sensation, a numbing sensation, or you're getting just a really sense of like something's going to snap, then obviously take that bend at the knee. So just always come in with intention and attention. So have that block beside you, which will come out to just about to that right foot area over here. So I'm going to do it without the block, but if you do need that block, please have it beside you at all times. So again, we're going to engage that core. We're going to inhale to lengthen that spine, and we're going to windmill those arms over. And then from here, as we inhale to lengthen, I want you to slowly start to forward fold, and eventually that left hand is going to come down towards the block or the shin, and that right arm is going to come up towards the ceiling. So with each exhale, you want to try to come down a little bit deeper. And again, always just be very attentive of how it makes us feel. You want to keep that integrity of the spine. That heart is coming up towards the ceiling. Now you can gaze forward. You can also look down at that right foot. Or you can just have that head come up, gazing towards that right thumb. And then slowly start to come into that starting position. Windmill that right arm to meet the left. Hands can come to the hips. And then we're going to start to pivot that right foot towards the back of the room as well as the left. Now we're going to take it to the other side. So now we're going to pivot that left foot out. Square those hips. So you want that left foot in line with that hip area. That right foot is going to pivot out about a 45-degree angle out. Make sure to have that yoga block beside you, this time coming to the outer edge of that left foot. Windmill those arms out. Make sure you have a nice healthy balance. You need to step out a little further out, or you could come in just a little bit more narrower and start to fold forward. And then that left hand, excuse me, that right hand will come to that left shin, and that left arm will come up. And come back into that starting position. Windmill those arms out. Hands can come to the hips, step up, and there you have it. That is revolved triangle. Please like, share, or leave a comment, subscribe. We will be back next week to introduce a new pose. Have a blessed day, and thank you again for tuning in.